Hello, good evening. Welcome to our Sunday night episode of Brett's Old Time Radio Show. We are at the end of another weekend, but crazily, this means we've only got like 3 weekends till Christmas. And I don't know about you, I've not actually bought any Christmas gifts yet. So I'm in a properly tricky spot. I don't really know. Well, luckily for me, Vicky has been on it with sorting the boys out. But I'm just a bit rubbish. All I really need to do is sort out Vicky and my parents because everything else has been done. And Lola, I've got to buy something nice for Lola, of course, can't miss Lola out. But if you've got any ideas, if you please do drop me a line on social media because I'm just struggling a little bit. I'm just a bit rubbish at all that stuff. Any ideas are greatly received. Now then, a huge thank you for joining me once again for our regular late night visit to those dusty studio archives of old time radio shows right here at my home in the rather festive southwest of the United Kingdom. I'm Brett. I'm your host for our Nighttime podcast. Welcome to another episode. Got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. They're all called Brett's Old Time Radio Show. Drop me a line with any gift ideas. I'd really, really appreciate it. And give us a follow, of course. Now we've got, because it's coming up to Christmas, we've got a fabulous sister podcast called Sunday Night Mystery. It explores unsolved mysteries and murders and things. Most importantly, there's a book on Amazon called Sunday Night Mystery. And if you could check that out, it would be a brilliant stocking filler. I'm telling you. Also, we've written a little kids book and it's lovely. And it's all based around my dad's little Austin Healey Sprite car. That is also on there. If you look me up, Brett Orchard, on Amazon, you should be able to find it. The book is called The Little Blue Car and The Christmas Adventure. So if you get a minute, check that one out. It's in there. It's also in our links, Linktree, linktr.ee/Sunday Night Mystery. You'll find all our links there. Time now for our Sunday night episode of The Man Called X. This one is called The Mekong River Dam. Now, I remember years ago, Return of the Mekong, which was in the Eagle comic. God, that's a few years back, isn't it? The Eagle. Did you ever get a copy of that? The Eagle? Crikey. First broadcast on the 8th of August, 1948. It's A Man Called X.
You're twice as sure with two great names, Frigidaire and General Motors. Frigidaire presents Herbert Marshall as The Man Called X. Wherever there is mystery, intrigue, romance, and all the strange and dangerous places of the world, there you will find The Man Called X. You're twice as sure with two great names, Frigidaire and General Motors. For Frigidaire refrigerators are made only by Frigidaire, a division of General Motors. And it is this association of Frigidaire and General Motors, this association of experience with experience, of skill with skill, that makes Frigidaire America's favorite refrigerator. Remember this when you choose your new refrigerator. Remember that millions of Frigidaires in millions of American homes have established Frigidaire's reputation for complete dependability, for lasting satisfaction. Yes, you're twice as sure with two great names, Frigidaire and General Motors. For Frigidaire refrigerators are made only by Frigidaire, a division of General Motors. More Frigidaire refrigerators serve in more American homes than any other make. And now Frigidaire presents Herbert Marshall as Ken Thurston, The Man Called X.
There's the report from Cochin China, Ken, on the latest accident at the Mekong River Dam.
Another dynamite explosion, Chief?
Right. Destroyed the new anchor block.
What does John Dreyer have to say?
He's pretty sick about it. The French government requests his services from the Bureau of Reclamation because of his terrific reputation as a hydroelectric engineer.
Now Dreyer can't get to first base building that dam across the Mekong River because of accidents. Chief, I better shove off for Cochin China.
Well, there are American business interests in mineral deposits there, and hydroelectric power could make it a pretty productive area.
More than that, Chief. With that dam built, a couple 100,000 Annamite villagers won't be flooded out of their homes every year. They get a taste of decent living conditions for a change, of civilization.
You're right, Ken. Let's see. The nearest town is Banam Bang. I'll have Miss Brooks get your passage and, Yes, Miss Brooks.
A cablegram for Mr. Thurston, sir, from Banam Bang.
Banam Bang?
Yes, sir.
Read it out to me, will you, please?
Yes, sir. Have rooms ready for you at King Louis Hotel, Banam Bang. I'm making all arrangements for transportation to Mekong Dam. Best regards to the Chief and Miss Brooks. It's signed, Dagon Zellschmidt.
You see, Mr. Thurston, there I was in Shanghai attending my Uncle Ahmed's coming out party.
His what?
Coming out of the clink, you understand? When I read all about this Mekong Dam, so I stowed away. I caught a fast freighter and came here to Banam Bang.
You didn't read anything about me coming here, Pagan?
Oh, that. With this American engineer, John Dreyer, building the dam and plenty of United States money tied up in tin and copper and stuff. Where else would you go when there's a lot of accidents and big explosions?
Ah.
And besides, I got a hot business deal for you.
The only deal I'm interested in is transportation to the Mekong Dam.
Oh, I got that too. Down there at the docks. Don't worry about it. But this business deal you're so excited about. Look, we sell insurance to the Annamite workers at the dam. We positively, absolutely guarantee they don't get knocked off by accidents or nothing.
What happens if they do?
We bury them. They can't lose. And I already paid off Hong Lin for plenty of protection.
Hong Lin?
Sure. Big shot with the natives. Takes care of the snakes. Religious stuff, you understand.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, anything he says goes. So I guess maybe you'd like to get on the basement, eh, Mr. Thurston? For shall we say, 500 smackers?
Pagan, I'll put you to work at bureau scale. $20 a day in expenses. And your first job's getting satisfactory transportation.
But, Mr. Thurston,
I can assure you, Mr. Thurston, the transportation shall be more than satisfactory.
Well.
My seaplane is moored at the dock. We can take off at any time you say.
See, Mr. Thurston, I told you I arranged for everything.
Yeah.
You seem rather surprised, Mr. Thurston.
Oh, pleased might be a better word, Miss,
Betty Delacosta.
Miss Delacosta. Hmm. That perfume, quite rare, isn't it? And quite expensive.
Yes. And your reasoning is quite correct, Mr. Thurston. My interest in flying you to the Mekong Dam is not financial.
Of course not. This cookie's a big-shot stockholder in the Hanoi Mining Company. They'll make a fortune when that dam is built.
That's hardly the point. I'm going to marry Edward Calenda, the assistant engineer of the project, Mr. Thurston. And I don't like accidents, particularly when they happen around my fiancé.
Oh, that's understandable.
That's why I decided to fly up there with you. Perhaps together we might do something about them.
Well, I suppose I should feel flattered, but, why me?
Oh, I'm glad to know that modesty is one of the characteristics of the man called X.
Nice going, Pagan.
A trip of the tongue, you understand?
Oh, sure. Would you have any ideas as to where we might start working together, Miss Delacosta?
According to rumor, the Annamite natives think the dam is a desecration of their sacred river, the Mekong. And they'll stop at nothing to halt its construction.
Yeah, but you don't believe that.
I believe that back of every destructive deed, you'll find someone reaching for a dishonest dollar.
That's a very definite opinion. Any candidates?
You might find it interesting to check the financial condition of the man supposedly most concerned with the building of the dam. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll warm up the engines for takeoff.
Hey, there's only one guy she could be talking about.
That's right, Pagan. The guy who was responsible for me being out here. The American engineer, John Dreyer.
Probably find Mr. Dreyer in the construction office over there, Mr. Thurston.
You're not coming in with us, Miss Delacosta?
Oh, I'd rather not. It's been 2 weeks since I saw it was. I'm sure you understand. So if you don't
Oh,
mind...
of course not.
Boy, what a sweet patootie, eh? And did you see how she goes for me?
Oh, sure, Pagon. That's why she made a beeline for Edward Colenda the minute he landed.
Oh, probably just going to break the bad news to him. Somebody's making with the guns, Mr. Rex.
Yeah, in the construction office. Come on.
One of my shoelaces is untied. I'll be right with you. Later, Mr. Thurston. Come on.
Oh, you go. Lay down, I said.
Okay, let's have that gun. That's better. Now, suppose we all relax and talk things over.
Who are you, mister?
My name's Ken Thurston. You Dreyer?
That's right.
And my name, sir, is Charlie Dong Ray.
What went on here, Dreyer?
This two-faced crook was trying to get me to buy second-grade building material for the dam. Wanted me to take a split of the graft. When I told him what he could do with that kind of a proposition, he pulled that gun on me.
I'm afraid Mr. Dreyer is falsifying before his own gods. He asked me to supply inferior materials so we could share the profits. When I refused, he threatened me. I drew the gun in self-defense.
Why, you dirty
Hold it,
lying...
Dreyer. We won't get anywhere that way.
You are quite right, Mr. Thurston. But it might be well to remember that inferior materials may go into the building of a man as well as a dam. In Mr. Dreyer's case, that could mean disaster to my people. That is something I shall not allow to happen, Mr. Thurston, even though it may mean I must deal forcefully with you as well as Mr. Dreyer. Good day, gentlemen.
There she is, Thurston, the Mekong River, the baby we're going to tie down, if we have no more accidents.
What about those accidents, Dreyer? You got a theory?
I don't believe in theories, Thurston. I work on facts.
That sounds like you have a few.
I have.
About the Annamites?
About Ed Colenda, my assistant.
Oh?
He wanted the dam built 100 miles farther downstream.
Because he thought it was a better location.
That's what he said, but I understand he has an interest in rice plantations down there.
I see. If you could sell his land as a site for the dam...
He'd make a fortune. And ever since we started building here, he's been beefing about changing the site, saying the Annamites here won't ever let us finish it.
Which brings us right back to those accidents, huh?
Particularly the last one, the explosion. Colenda has charge of the dynamite stores in this job. Those enough facts for you?
I think I might have a little talk with him.
You'll find him in my tent. He's working on some reports in there tonight.
I'm not certain that talk will be good enough, Mr. Thurston.
Oh? Well. Hello.
Mamo, I thought I told you to stop hanging around here. Now get out before I...
Wait a minute, Dreyer. Who's this girl?
Her name's Mamo. Brought up in the mission at Banham, but she's full of the same cockeyed superstition that all the others have. About the Mekong being a sacred
I have
river.
never said that I believed in my people's superstitions, Mr. Dreyer. I do, however, believe in their right to worship as they choose. I bring a message to you, Mr. Thurston, from Hong Lin.
Hong Lin, that's the snake man, isn't it?
Yes, and he speaks for my people. They ask that this desecration of the sacred Mekong cease at once.
Now, you're an educated girl, Memo. You don't believe that the construction of the dam means that?
I believe that whatever brings happiness and contentment to my people is good for them. Whatever brings them sorrow is evil.
But that's why this is so important to them. It'll bring electric power for their farms, lights for their homes, modern civilization. You've got to make them understand that.
I am afraid those things are not enough, Mr. Thurston.
Not enough? What more do you want?
My people's happiness, Mr. Dreyer. What good is your modern civilization if it teaches them greed and destruction? Why give them electric lights to see by when all they will see is deceit and treachery?
And you believe the dam is bringing all that to them, Memo?
You are a wise man, Mr. Thurston. I think you may learn the truth of what I say from Edward Colenda.
Colenda?
Meanwhile, remember that my people still believe that if the construction continues, the curse of the evil one Shiva will descend upon them. They will do everything possible to prevent that. Good night.
What do you make of that, Dreyer?
Those threats aren't going to stop me from building that dam.
Maybe not. But we ought to take the young lady's advice.
Now, look here, Thurston. If you think I'm going to quit...
I think we'd better have that talk with Colenda.
There's my tent, Thurston, the one with the lamp lighted inside. Calenda's still in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a shadow against the tent wall.
Look at that. Supposed to be making out reports, and he falls asleep over the desk.
He's not sleeping, Dwyer.
What do you mean he's not sleeping? Good Lord. That spear. Driven through the tent wall into his back.
Yeah.
So that's what Mamo meant. Her people thought Calenda was responsible for the dam, and they killed him.
No, Dwyer. To anyone standing outside this tent, the shadow on the wall wasn't Calenda's. It was yours.
Mine?
Yeah. Somebody made a mistake. They killed the wrong man.
In just a moment, we'll continue with Frigidaire's Man Called X, created by J. Richard Kennedy. This is Wendell Niles speaking. Think how you have to crowd things into the refrigerator you're using now, and then think of this. New Frigidaire refrigerators give you up to 50% more food storage space in the same kitchen space. Yes, Frigidaire's completely new design gives you a refrigerator that's far bigger on the inside. So no matter what the size of your kitchen or how large your family, now you can have that extra refrigerator room you need. You get a refrigerator that matches your needs exactly, too, because Frigidaire offers you a wide variety of types and sizes, all with extra room for storing foods, all powered by the famous meter miser, simplest cold-making mechanism ever built. In addition, deluxe-type Frigidaire refrigerators, for example, give you such important features as a big, full-width super freezer chest for frozen foods, a handy sliding basket drawer for eggs and small packages, special cooling system for keeping all foods at their best, and many others. Remember all the advantages that Frigidaire puts into the refrigerators it makes for you. And always remember, too, ask to see the name Frigidaire when you ask to see a new refrigerator. And now to continue with Frigidaire's Man Called X, starring Herbert Marshall. The giant dam being built across the Mekong River in Cochin, China, will bring the blessings of power and light of modern civilization to the long-suffering and backward Annamite peoples. But the Annamites have been told that the dam is a desecration of their sacred river. Edward Calenda, assistant engineer, lies dead with a native spear buried in his back. Now it's the following morning in the construction office. Ken faces John Dreyer, the engineer in charge, and Betty Della Costa, the dead man's fiancée.
You're sure you want to stay on here, Betty?
I do not intend to leave, Mr. Thurston, till I learn who is responsible. I shall spend my entire fortune, if necessary, to bring him to justice.
You don't have to, Miss Della Costa. The blueprint's clear. The Annamites are behind it.
I wouldn't be too sure, Dreyer. What effect is this going to have on the construction work?
It'll make it plenty tough for me, if that's what you mean, but we can still go ahead. Matter of fact, we're going to pour the concrete for the new anchor block tonight.
Good. Meanwhile, I'll pay a little visit to Hong Lin.
Hong Lin, the snake man?
That's right.
How do you figure he fits into this picture?
I'm going to learn if he's being paid off to stir up this trouble. If there's any Western gold mixed up with the curse of Shiva.
Here we are, Mr. X. Hong Lin's own personal island.
Good. Let's get ashore.
There's his hut, right up ahead there on the path.
Yeah, I see it. Who else lives here with him, Pagan?
Nobody, just him and his snakes. Got 'em all locked up in cages. Boy, what a screwball. Him and that Charlie Dong Bay.
Dong Bay.
You know that guy who tried to bump off Dreyer? One of his boys told me he visits with Hong Lin. Maybe they play chess or something.
Uh-huh.
Here's the hut. Nobody home, huh?
Let's go in and make sure.
Boy, it's blacker in here than in my Uncle Ahmed's soul.
Your eyes will get used to it in a minute. You smell anything?
How can I smell anything when I can't even see? And I got snakes in my brain so much I almost think there's a couple of crawling around. Yes, there is.
Look out, Pico!
Where's the door? Let me out of here! Let me out!
Relax, you idiot. I got them. 2 beautiful king cobras.
Cobras? Oh, they're even worse than rattlesnakes. Boy, what a close shave accident.
Accident. Look at those snake pens.
Are they... Hey, somebody left them open.
Yeah. Somebody expected us, Pagon. And left those snakes to welcome us. Send those radiograms to the chief, Pagon. Use the commissioner's shortwave station at Banam. Then bring the answers back to me at the dam.
But maybe the snake men's still after us. You might need me to protect you.
I don't think so. Look back at the island.
At the island? What's to see there but those 2 vultures settling down on... Vultures? Mr. X.
Yeah. I don't think we'll have to worry about the snake man any longer. So you already knew that Hongling was dead, Dryer.
That's right, Thurston.
This native girl, Mamo, she brought us the news, Ken.
How did you know about it, Memo?
The word has spread like a wildfire through the village, Mr. Thurston. It is proof to my people that the curse of Shiva has fallen. Nothing can stop them now from seeking the destruction of the dam.
Except maybe the truth. That Hong Lin was paid to spread that story and was killed to stop him from telling me who paid him.
It may be as you say, Mr. Thurston, but mere words cannot stop them now.
Maybe not. But if you'll take me to your village, I'd like to try.
I have but one objective in life, Mr. Thurston. To see that my people are made happy. Yes, I shall take you to my village.
You're a fool if you go, Thurston.
He's right, Ken. When I think of what happened to Edward...
I'll take my chances. Dryer, get that concrete poured. Once that anchor block is up and no curses fall, we'll have proof of the Anamites.
We'll start pouring at midnight, Thurston.
Good. All right, Memo.
Hello, Mr. Thurston. Boy, have I got news for you.
You got those answers from the chief?
Have I got answers? You know what those radio messages say? Listen to this
Never
one.
mind, Pagan. I'll read them for myself. So that's it. All right, Memo, Pagan, let's go. By the way, Dryer, the chief says you filed a petition in bankruptcy before coming out here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an engineer, not a businessman. I made a few bad investments. What's that got to do with you?
Oh, nothing. Only I'd hate to see anything stop that concrete from being poured at midnight.
I don't get it, Mr. X. We start out for the village, and then all of a sudden you send that Mamo ahead. And we come back here to the dam. What gives, anyway?
That's what I came back to find out.
Huh?
Suppose I asked you to stop that concrete from being poured a few minutes from now. Could you do it?
There will be a slight consideration involved?
Naturally.
Then it's a cinch. You see how they got the mixers way up on top there? And they're going to pour that cement down here into those giant mold things? I'll get a couple of sticks of dynamite from the powder house and put them at the bottom of the mold forms. That'll do it fine. Wait for me, Mr. Thurston. I'll be right back.
Don't bother, Pagan. Somebody else beat you to it.
Huh?
Look over there, near the entrance to the mold forms.
Near the... Mr. X, you see who that is?
Yeah. Let's go over and pay our respects. Hello, Dong Bay.
Mr. Thurston.
Kind of dangerous playing with dynamite, isn't it?
Not if one knows how to handle it properly, Mr. Thurston. Merely takes a slight twist of the wrist. No!
Drop that knife, Dong Bay. Drop it. Get it, Pagon.
It's as good as got. You know, Mr. Rex, I knew all the time this no good was mixed up in this.
Yeah. His shining words about his people got a little tarnished, Pagon. With gold.
Sure, he got mad on Dreyer because he wouldn't split the graft 50-50.
He only tried that to frame Dreyer and get him thrown off the project. What he really wanted was to sell some rice lands to the French government, 100 miles downstream.
But Dreyer said Colenda owned those lands.
No, Pagon, they belong to someone else.
Yes, that is quite correct, Mr. Thurston. And in return for my freedom, I shall be happy to disclose everything to you.
You won't get any deal from me, Dong Bay.
But as proof of my good intentions, I can give you the name of that person now. In return, I only... Mr. Rex! Where did those shots come from?
From the entrance of the mole forms. Hello, Betty.
That's how they're coming over to join me, gentlemen. We shall join Charlie Dong Bay instead.
Wouldn't think of it, Betty.
You don't seem surprised to see me, Ken.
Why should I be? Only you and Dreyer knew I was going to Hong Lin's. One of you prepared that snake trap. And Dreyer doesn't wear perfume.
The scent was still in the hut?
Yeah. You know, Betty, your window dressing was perfect. No one would suspect the rich, young Miss Della Costa with any ulterior motives.
Then what way did you think I had one?
You went just a little too far. Talked just a little too much about your lack of financial interest, your fortune. There was only a phony about it. And the chief's radiogram told me where he was.
Hey, that's right. It told all about the gambling she was doing on the stock market. All the dough she lost.
You were losing control of your stock in the Hanoi Mining Company, Betty. I needed big money to recoup. Money you could get by selling that rice land was a site for that dam. So you tried everything you knew to get it moved down there, even to killing Dreyer.
Dreyer? But it was Colenda who got bumped
That was a mistake, Pagon. The shadow on the wall fooled the killer. Which one of your stooges did it, Betty? Hong Lin or Dong Bay?
It happened to be Dong Bay, Ken. Not that it matters. The knowledge will do you very little good now.
Betty, better check with the commissioner from Benam before you pull that trigger. His men have this place surrounded.
Sir, what is this, a trick?
It is no trick, mademoiselle. I have warrants for your arrest on charges of sabotage and murder. You will please to surrender at once.
Surrender? I don't think so, Commissioner.
Get down, Pagon.
Monsieur Thurston, you are all right.
Yeah, but never mind me. Get the girl.
But she has run into the mold forms, monsieur. She will get away at the other end.
No, Commissioner. No, she won't get away.
Mr. Rex, that noise!
Yeah. That's right, Pagon. They've started to pour the concrete.
She's buried. Buried under all that concrete.
So, Mr. Thurston,
Yes, ma'am. You heard?
everything. As did the council from my village. My people and I. We shall never be able to thank you enough.
Don't try. When that dam gets built, I'll have thanks enough.
You need worry no longer, Mr. Thurston. Good night, and may God bless you and your nation for what you have done for us.
Mr. X,
Huh?
that girl's really civilized.
Of course she is, Pagan. Mama was reared humbly in the heart of Asia. And Betty Della Costa among the advantages of a modern world. But one thought only of her people. The other only of herself. Which one was really civilized? Sometimes it makes you wonder.
Man Called X is presented each week with the best wishes of your Frigidaire dealer, who invites you to come in and learn about the famous line of Frigidaire electric appliances. Refrigerators, ranges, water heaters, home freezers, the new automatic washer, dryer, ironer, and many other Frigidaire refrigerating and air conditioning products for homes, farms, stores, offices, and factories.
A Frigidaire automatic washer. That's what I want next, Mr. Niles.
You'll like it as well as your Frigidaire refrigerator, and that's saying a lot. When you're at your Frigidaire dealers, Ask to see the new Frigidaire automatic clothes dryer and electric ironer, too. And our Frigidaire star, Herbert Marshall.
Many people in Europe and elsewhere are desperately in need of food and clothing. If you would like to help, send $10 to the relief organization CARE, and a well-chosen package of food or clothing will be delivered in your name to some needy family in the country of your choice. That's CARE, spelled C-A-R-E, and the address is simply New York City. Thanks for being with us. Next week, The Girl Who Didn't Remember, a most unusual story filled with mystery and suspense about a $15 million theft and a secret locked in the mind of... Oh, but why not listen to it and hear for yourself? As usual, Leon Belasco will be along as Pagon Zellschmidt. So join us, won't you, when next I return as the man called X. Good night.
Frigidaire's Man Called X is directed by D. Engelbach, with music composed and conducted by Johnny Green. Tonight's story was written by Sidney Marshall and Maurice Zimm. So until next week, same time, same station, this is Wendell Niles speaking for Frigidaire, made only by General Motors. All characters and incidents used on this program are fictitious, and any resemblance to actual persons or incidents is purely coincidental. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed our latest adventure with the Man Called X. And don't forget, we'll be back with Suspense tomorrow, going live at 5 p.m. UK time. As mentioned earlier, we've got a great sister podcast, and there is a book to accompany it that you need in your Christmas stocking. It's on Amazon. It's called Sunday Night Mystery. And there's the kids' book as well. Go to all of our links at linktr.ee/Sunday Night Mystery. Thanks for listening. I'll be with you 7 days a week, each and every week, and I'll see you tomorrow on Brett's Old Time Radio Show. Love you. Bye.